You were probably told your whole life that a healthy day means breakfast, lunch, dinner, and maybe a few snacks in between. Yet most adults are still gaining weight year after year while eating exactly like that. At some point you have to ask, maybe the real problem isn't just what I'm eating, but how often I'm eating. In this video, I want to explain one meal a day, also called OMAD, in a simple, clear way. By the end, you'll understand why eating once per day can be such a powerful tool for fat loss, how it changes your hormones and metabolism, and whether it's a smart strategy for you or just an extreme trend. OMAD is exactly what it sounds like. You eat all of your daily calories in one single meal, usually inside about an hour, and then you do not eat for the remaining 23 hours. It's not automatically about tiny portions or starving yourself. Someone might still eat around 1,800 or 2,000 calories in that one meal. Maybe they have a big plate of protein, vegetables, some carbs, and even a small dessert. Then they stop. No breakfast, no lunch, no constant snacking. Just one focused eating window, and then a long fast until the next day. To modern ears, that sounds extreme. But for most of human history, it was completely normal to go long stretches without food. There were no supermarkets, no office vending machines, and definitely no food delivery apps. People hunted and gathered, ate a lot when food was available, and then might go many hours or even a couple of days with very little. OMAD is basically a structured version of that feast and fast rhythm inside a modern lifestyle. To understand why that matters, you have to understand one key hormone: insulin. Every time you eat, your body releases insulin to help move energy out of your blood and into your cells. Some of that energy is used immediately, some is stored as glycogen in your liver and muscles, and the rest is stored as body fat. The more often you eat, the more often insulin rises, and the more time your body spends in storage mode instead of fat-burning mode. Think about a typical day for most people. They eat breakfast in the morning, grab a snack a few hours later, eat lunch, have another snack in the afternoon, and then sit down for dinner at night. That's at least 5 separate eating events, sometimes more if you count drinks and just a bite moments. Each one triggers an insulin response that lasts for hours. When you add it up, insulin is elevated for most of the day, which tells your body to store energy and makes it much harder to access stored fat. Now compare that to OMAD. You sit down once, eat a large, satisfying meal, and insulin spikes a single time. It does its job, and then it slowly falls and stays low for the rest of the day and night. With insulin low for long stretches, your body finally has the opportunity to shift out of storage mode and into fat-burning mode for many more hours. During that long fasted period, your body first uses the easiest fuel available, the glucose circulating in your blood, and the glycogen stored in your liver and muscles. You can imagine this like a small, quick access fuel tank. For most people, that tank holds roughly a day's worth of normal activity if they are not constantly topping it up with food. After around 12 to 16 hours without eating, that smaller fuel tank gets low enough that your body is forced to reach for its backup system, your body fat. This is where the 2 fuel tank analogy becomes really helpful. You have one small tank for short-term energy, made up of blood sugar and glycogen, and one enormous tank made up of stored fat. Most people keep refilling the small tank by eating every few hours. Because of that, their body rarely has a reason to touch the big tank. They are constantly grazing, constantly topping off, and as a result, they almost never give their body a long enough break from food to seriously tap into stored fat. OMAD turns that pattern upside down. By going most of the day without eating, you drain the small glucose tank and force your body to finally dip into the fat tank. Your liver begins converting some of that fat into ketones, which your brain and muscles can use as a smooth, steady fuel source. Over time, your body becomes more comfortable switching between burning glucose when you eat and burning fat when you fast. This shift is often called metabolic flexibility, and it is one of the most powerful changes that OMAD can trigger. That metabolic flexibility is why many people on one meal a day describe a different kind of energy. Instead of crashing every few hours and needing a snack, they feel a steady focus for most of the day, with real hunger only showing up as they get close to their eating window. At the beginning, the hunger waves can feel intense. Your body produces the hunger hormone ghrelin, based on habit, not just on real fuel shortage. If you have eaten breakfast at 8 in the morning for years, your stomach will growl at 8, even if you still have plenty of energy stored as body fat. The first days of OMAD can come with strong cravings and a lot of food thoughts, but after a short adaptation phase, your body stops expecting food all the time and starts expecting it once a day. Hunger becomes more predictable and easier to handle. Many people also notice mental clarity during the fasting hours. When you are not constantly digesting, and your brain can run more on a smooth mix of glucose and ketones, your focus often feels calmer and more stable. In the background, longer fasting windows may also support cellular cleanup processes that help your body repair and maintain itself more efficiently over time. On a practical level, OMAD can make weight loss simpler because it reduces decision fatigue and chances to overeat. You eat once, you're full, and then you are done. There are fewer opportunities for mindless snacking, and meal prep becomes faster and cheaper. But OMAD is not magic and not for everyone. Very large meals can cause discomfort, and it takes effort to fit enough protein, vitamins, and fiber into one sitting. If you are pregnant, underweight, very young, older, have serious medical conditions, or a history of eating disorders, strict fasting should only be considered with professional guidance. Social life and training can also be tricky. Family dinners, work lunches, and heavy workouts all have to fit around one eating window. Some people stay flexible by adjusting their meal time on certain days so that the routine works long term. In the end, one meal a day is just a tool. It helps many people because it naturally creates a calorie deficit and gives the body more hours in fat-burning mode. It is not the only way to lose weight, and it is not a shortcut. The real question is whether this rhythm of one focused meal and many fasting hours fits your body, your schedule, and your mind well enough that you can stick with it consistently.